In 2002, when Karnakar was 9, she won her first gold medal in the Northeast Games held in Agartala. Okay, so she was in 2002 when Karnakar was 9, she won her first gold medal in the Northeast Games held in Agartala. Underline that sentence. However, she still was not serious with the sport. It was her first coach, Somanandi, who spotted her talent and handed her over to her husband and state level gymnast Bishweshwar, who has remained her coach and mentor since. Okay, so in the beginning she had a coach Somanandi and who spotted her talent and handed her to her husband, and he was a state level gymnast Bishweshwar, who has remained her coach and mentor since. That means mentor means advisor. He was an advisor for her. The turning point for Karmakar came in 2007 when she won how many medals? 5 medals. Okay, 3 of them gold at the Junior National Gymnastic Championships held in Jalpaiguri, West Bengal. Underline that. Okay, how many medals she got? 5. 3 golden medal and 3 of them were gold medals. Okay, and it is in the Junior National Gymnastic Championships. Okay, West Bengal. By then, I was old enough to understand the sport and develop an interest, she says. Since then, Karmakar has won as many, how many medals? 77 medals in state. Okay, so 77 medals in state, national and international championships. Okay, so she had achieved her goal. And however, the initial days of training were anything but smooth, recollects Karmakar. From inadequate infrastructure, okay, infrastructure means the hard times with the law and the rules, to paucity. Paucity means insufficient. Paucity means insufficient. It is on the board too. Okay, paucity. Paucity means insufficient fund to do all the things. Okay, and she had to battle many challenges. I had to make do with the discarded second hand equipment, and she was telling that she was not using the fresh equipments. Instead of that, she was practicing with a second hand equipment, and also irregular sized landing mats, and it is not in a proper way, irregular sized landing mats. And on a few occasions I also had to use parts of an old scooter to do my waltz. Okay, and she used even her old scooter to practice it. Okay, and one of her toughest trials came from flat feet, a physical trait a gymnast can ill afford. In one of her training sections, she was told it would affect the quality of her jump. Okay, a medical test almost ruled out gymnastics for her, but while her detractors means a person who disperses someone or something, were busy pointing out what she couldn't, it helped Karmakar sift out what she could. It always helps to know the negatives. I decided to give my best and work around them, she says. Okay, sometimes we will make some mistakes, but she always started to correct that one by herself. It's her zeal to step out of the comfort zone that makes her successful today, says Nandi, her coach. One should try out new things. The competition is first with yourself. So her coach also advised her in this way. One should try out new things. The competition is first with yourself. Always try out with the new things. Then only you can do it in a proper way. Okay? His word echoes his sentiments. We needed extra points. Hence, the Prodonova in Rio Olympics was important, she was telling. I knew very few people had attempted it, but I was not afraid, she says. The gymnast spung means determination, underline that word, which transcended. Transcended means go beyond the range, go beyond the range. Her young age and her background is reminiscent. Reminiscent means tending to remind one of something. I'll send the meanings, okay? If you are not able to write it, I'll send the meanings. 19-year-old Prodonova asked why she chose to do the perilous vault. The Russian legend, okay? In a traditional story, legend means a traditional story said in this way. 1999. Okay, it is necessary to push the limits. Otherwise, there would not be a winner in a competition. Okay, what is that? It is necessary to push the limits. Otherwise, there would not be a winner in a competition. A winner should always show something new, something extraordinary. Something new and extraordinary. In early 2014, Nandi started researching the Prodonova on the internet and got Kamaka started on it. Just 3 months prior to the Glasgow Commonwealth Games in July, it helped that just the previous year, Sports Authority of India had stepped in to fill in some of the infrastructural inadequacies and introduced a foam pit around the value tables. It made attempting the Prodonova a tad less risky. Had there not been a foam pit, it would have been impossible for us to attempt. Size support helped us in a significant way, he says. It is important to take risk, but you also have to ensure you don't get hurt. So she was trying her level best in practicing in the gymnastic items, and she was very dedicated person to do the work. Okay, so now even though she doesn't have the facilities, she managed with the facilities what he had. Okay, and she practiced in a proper way as much she can. And however, Karmakar was more brazen than her coach. For me, it was just about learning a new vault, she says. Right now, Karmakar can envisage means predict, a life beyond gymnastics. With a medal in Tokyo 2020 as the bird's eye. Once she calls it quits, she will rush back to nurturing her sweet tooth. Okay, so in 2020, she is going to take part in Tokyo Olympics. Okay, and we all should pray for her, or we should have a hope. And she was telling that she will get victory in that. So she is having a hope of it. I crave chocolates, ice creams, and sweets now, she says with a smile. On a serious note, Kamaka plans to be involved with the development in her state, grooming and nurturing talent. Okay, she is practicing her talent in a proper way, and she is shining in her field. There is a lot of talent in India, she is telling that. We should be able to spot them and train them in the right direction. Okay, there are many people in our India having a good talent. So we have to pick up that children and should give proper practice, then they can be to a colorful light. And who was made an assistant director with the state government after her Rio exploits. Besides sports, Karmaka spent some of her time in study. After getting a BA degree from Women's College Agartala through distance education, and she is currently pursuing an MA in political science, and she is still in learning never goes out of fashion, be it sports, academics, or any other field, she says. You need not to be perfect in everything, but you should never give up. And she is telling that we cannot be perfect in everything, but we should never give up. So, through this story, we can learn that, or through her experience, we can notice that even though while we are doing it, any items or any sports or studies or whatever it is, we may make some mistakes, but don't give it up. You have to improve by yourself and dedicate for it and practice it well. Then surely we can have a victory. Have a good day, children.